It is November 14th, 2024. This is your episode of Game on Hockey, a presentation of the Game Over Network. I am Graham Mosman. A very good night of hockey and good day of hockey that I'm excited to set up for you here over on Game On. Starting with arguably the most skilled hockey player of all time, hitting an absolutely obscene milestone. The Edmonton Oilers take on the Nashville Predators tonight from Edmonton, and it is the chance for Connor McDavid to become the fourth fastest player in NHL history to land 1,000 points over his career, which is tangibly absurd because in his first 9 games of the season, he only had 10 points. Extremely un-McDavid-like. Now, paying back for the last couple, in his last 2 games, he has 7 points and is now just working his way up the NHL scoring charts. So, is it going to happen tonight? If we were to shake our little magic 8 ball, all signs do point to yes. However, Leon Draisaitl is traditionally the Edmonton Oilers player that feasts most on the Nashville Predators, as Edmonton has destroyed that team pretty handily over the last number of years. There could very well be a scenario where Connor McDavid somehow ends up pointless and Leon Draisaitl rips off like 7 or 8 goals. But hey, it's also the Edmonton Oilers, so they could go into Nashville and get shut out 7-1. Wait, that wouldn't be a shutout. 7-0. That's how that stat works. And Jonathan Marchessault and Steven Stamkos could score a bajillion goals between the two of them. It's all up in the air, and it's all very possible. If Connor McDavid somehow doesn't get that 1,000th point tonight, almost guarantee he'll end up getting it Saturday against the Toronto Maple Leafs for his kind of hometown returning game. That'll be 5 o'clock Mountain Time on Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday. But if you want to see McDavid get his likely 1,000th NHL point tonight, 7 o'clock Mountain, as the Oilers and the Predators face off from Rogers Place here in Edmonton. Now, looking ahead to Saturday, a really, really great quote came out from the Chicago Blackhawks and Connor Bedard. Ben Pope asked Connor what his ticket request was going to look like for his homecoming game on Saturday, because on Saturday, Connor Bedard and Chicago will be heading to Vancouver. Asked how many tickets he's going to need to be buying. He said, nothing crazy, quote, but I'll be paying to play for a day. Now, he is on an entry-level deal. His salary per day kind of ends up working out to about $4,000 or so, which, when he signs his next deal, what stratosphere is that player going to be in? So he has probably bought at least $4,000 or $5,000 worth of tickets for that game against Vancouver coming up on Saturday. That should be an interesting one, as Vancouver's been a little wobbly over the past little while. Heading to the world of video games, the PWHL will be in NHL 25 starting on December 5th. Now, the EA Sports NHL video game is very much, for many fans, a love-hate relationship, in that you'd love it if it was good and you hate it because it's not. The game this year feels like they've tried to push it forward a little bit, and having the PWHL in for a season mode, as well as EA Sports Online, you can play a whole bunch of online stuff with them, is a really, really great move. A lot of people are curious, though, how are they going to end up ranking the quality of the players? Like, is Marie-Philippe Poulin going to end up on a 99 overall, maybe a 92? Compared to Connor McDavid, who's also rated in the kind of 95-ish sort of zone. Who knows? Are they going to have the ability to have women's players appear on NHL teams? And at what scale it's going to be? No matter what ends up happening, I'm sure the internet is going to take that news and handle it in a super cool and totally not weird way. James Reimer has a new home, as he has been claimed off waivers by the Buffalo Sabres. Now, Buffalo's a weird one. Of course, you have Devon Levi there, who came over in the Sam Reinhart trade. woof, you gotta. Buffalo is one of those teams that I think for the fan base you just have to feel bad for because it's never been awesome, or at least for the past 20 years, varying levels of sadness from the turd burger jerseys to the whole Jack Eichel situation to sending Sam Reinhart away and having him become a 60 goal scorer somehow. Their goaltending has never been stellar, although Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen looks like he could be a guy. Devon Levi's still very raw. Still putting something together, though. But hey, good news. Now they got James Reimer again. So that's, not again, but James Reimer gets to return to the north part of the U.S. He's sort of close to Toronto. That's the point I'm trying to get here. How much will he play? Bah, who could say? And we'll wrap up with a story today coming out of Ottawa. Tim Stützle is officially the highest scoring German player of all time through 300 NHL career games. Now, this isn't a shocking thing when you think about the kind of trajectory of Leon Draisaitl's career, because the first little bit of Leon's career, it was not awesome. He at one point was sent from the NHL down to the Western Hockey League for a hot minute. Then he came back up and then went back down again. And he really, in his first couple seasons, was jumping back and forth between the AHL and the NHL. When he did arrive, of course, he very much settled in. But he did do a lot more jumping back and forth than Tim Stützle ever did. So he never really had the chance to maintain that consistent scoring and consistent ice time that Stützle has been able to do. Will old Timmy Stutz ever reach the scoring proclivity of Leon Draisaitl? As an Oilers fan, I'm biased to say probably not. But, I mean, for the good of German hockey, God, I hope so. Because I know he dives a lot, but I still think Tim Stützle rocks. Very busy night coming up this evening over on the Game Over Network. We have Game Over Ottawa as the Flyers and Senators do battle. Game Over Winnipeg as the Jets head down to Tampa to take on the Lightning. We have Game Over Montreal as the Canadiens take on the Wild. Game Over Vancouver as the Islanders and Canucks do battle. And then I'll be hosting Game Over Edmonton as the Oilers and Preds match off. Connor McDavid, like we said at the beginning of the show, his chance to get his 1,000th NHL career point. That'll do it for Game On Hockey. Those are all the big stories that I think you need to know about to set up your day. Join us back here again tomorrow, where we do it all over again. Game On Hockey is a presentation of the Game Over Hockey Network. If you want to try out some other of our shows, I'd love to recommend to you Hyperdrive Hockey with Max, Daphne, and Kevin, who dive into the world of hockey in a much more in-depth way than we do in the just under 10-minute window we have here on Game On Hockey, and really kind of get into the minutia in a cool, fun, interesting way. They have new episodes coming out on Tuesday and Friday, so the new one comes out tomorrow. Give that a listen wherever fine podcasts are sold. I'm Graham Mosiman. We'll talk tomorrow here on Game On Hockey.